Have you ever been told you have a high blood pressure? This information I'm about to share with you will solve your problem right away. So watch this video to the end. Thank you very much. If I could show you exactly how to normalize your blood pressure naturally by yourself, I mean naturally, everything natural is perfect. Naturally by yourself. Hear me again. Naturally by yourself without swallowing drugs. All these chemicals that they give you people. Every single day or any adverse effect. Would you take it? Would you take it? Alright. Alright. Now, what I am about to reveal to you here on this video has the ability to change your life forever and wipe away all your midnight tears and secret cries of God when. However, it all depends on you. Start to use what you start to do from today. This secret I am sharing with you. Now, it doesn't matter if you are overweight or obese, have had this high BP problem for several years, or if you are older than the dawn of time. It doesn't matter, just listen to me. Not only will you lower your blood pressure, you will also address any damage already done to your arteries. Are you seeing it? And did I mention you will avoid the side effects of medication? Yes, you avoid it. Meet some of these champions already crushing high BP by themselves big time. Look at them. This is testimonials. I'm going to share a link to you where you go and see them fully. This is testimonials. See the Malanchoma. Okay. You are seeing them here. Just watch to the end of this video. This video is short. So I will show you the website you go and get the full access of this information. You can see them here. That high BP will leave you by fire by force. That BP will leave you by fire by force. How exactly is all this possible? That might be your question. You may be asking or pondering on these questions now. If your heart is beating faster while you are reading these jaw-dropping experiences of men and women like this, don't worry. I will also give you the opportunity to join that's what I'm doing here. To join it. Now look at warning. What I am about to share with you will give you goosebumps. It is such a passionate story with over 1 million lessons. You will be able to see many of them as you keep reading, as you keep listening to me. I'll go to the link I'll show you to read more. Some stay with me. So stay with me now. Stay with me. The date was August. The place was in a distant village. The sun was blazing hot. Beads of sweat ran down my back beneath my black shifty gown. As these hot tears escaped and sped down my cheeks, threatening to smear my mascara, an expertly baked pancake covered brown face, I managed to scan the crowd, as almost every single person was busy fighting back their tears. Some were blowing their noses into their handkerchiefs. Others fixed their gazes at just one spot without blinking. As she continued screaming, it was too painful to behold, but we all had to remain at the spot. Good thing I had the cover of my dark shades to hide my eyes, which by this time had already lost the battle. I could feel the redness. Her screams and uncontrollable back and forth jackets while threatening to jump into the 6 feet was too heartbreaking to watch. She had just finished performing the rite of dust to dust, ashes to ashes, using her bare hands to pour sand into his grave. As the handy men gingerly swung their shovels, thrusting red sand heap by heap to cover his beautiful white and gold casket. Nkem, this was not our plan. This was not our plan. This was not our plan. She screamed. Honestly, even as I give you this story now, um, I can still hear her strong voice curse from hours of wailing. This was not our plan. This is the backstory that made this doubly unbearable because really, this could not have been the plan. Not that any death is bearable, but then when a man leaves behind a very beautiful wife in her late 30s with not adult kids, it seems almost unfair. According to the story, he was an extremely wealthy and handsome businessman who, by all standards, had a very bright future and a great life ahead of him. About 5 years prior, while applying to travel on vacation with his family and during the medical screening, it was discovered that he had hypertension. He got some medications which lasted him about a month. Upon exhausting the supply and having rested well during the vacation, he believed that he was now okay. If only someone had told him that simply resting is not a cure for hypertension. No, it's not a cure. But alas, I am getting ahead of myself. Because exactly 4 years later, this man passed out one night while taking his bath. Upon being rushed to the hospital, they discovered that his blood pressure had spiked extremely high at over 200 to 112 mmHg. In fact, he had just suffered a stroke. Kai, that experience turned out to be the beginning of the end. Oh God. Because this was from one complication to another. That is the challenge. This disease. One recommendation to another. One supplement, massage, physiotherapy, rehabilitation session to another. I believe it was about 6 months later the worst hit. His kidneys packed up too. Oh, one then the second one. How could this be the plan? He became a regular dialysis patient 3 times every single week just to stay alive. This went on every week for 5 straight months. Ah, I can almost hear you say, thank God he had the money. What if he didn't? But seriously, can you imagine the number of tens of millions of cash they were burning monthly to keep him alive? Can you imagine the number of people that would have died instantly if they developed chronic kidney failure? How could this be the plan? A close source to the family said one day he just told the wife to stop the dialysis, that he wanted to at least leave something tangible behind for the wife and kids. This terrible complication of this deadly killer disease, hypertension, was draining every penny he had amassed and all the sweat, sleepless nights, contracts, and deals he had worked with over the years. Can you even imagine how hard it must have been for him to reach this selfless conclusion? His wife had almost turned a skeleton herself from caring for her vegetative husband. Such such a woe, you can't even wish on your enemy. How the good perfect life turned into a nightmare just because high BP. Anyway, I cannot even confirm the details of his passing. All I know is one day we heard it was all over for him. He had kicked the proverbial bucket and made his painful exit. Now, you understand why I had to share this with you. This has to be one of the most painful ways to lose a loved one. As the piano plays the well-known hymn of it is well with my soul, I managed to find my feet and walked far away from the sounds as her screaming continues to fade in the distance. Okay, this was not the plan. Phew, but why did I remember this story today? And why am I sharing it with you? The real truth is that this story has changed me forever. Whenever I have to write or speak about hypertension, I can't get that statement off my head. This was not the plan. And that's why I am persuaded to ask you today, what is your plan? And are you working towards it with everything in your power? So help you God. Because very many men and women continue to allow high BP mess up all their plans and bright futures, and they are doing absolutely nothing about it till it strikes, and unfortunately by then it's too late. According to the World Health Organization, 10 million people died last year alone linked to this same hypertension. Many more million people had strokes, and many have had their lives, legs and hands permanently deformed forever because of this same disease. Look at this hypertension right now. Look at this image. We're going to see it later. Did I tell you that this man in the narration wasn't even 50 yet? Oh. In my years of practice, I personally have worked with and seen countless 26, 25, 29, 30, 31-year-old with severe hypertension. So high blood pressure is no longer a disease of the elder. I am sure even you too know a person or two who have slumped or died just like that due to uncontrolled high blood pressure or a stroke. Yes or no? Now write this down. High blood pressure is no respecter of persons, age or financial status. It can strike anybody and anyone at any time. But did you know this shocking fact that nobody else is telling you, apart from telling you to keep praying against the enemies and the evil village people firing you with arrows? Stroke is 100% preventable. Chronic kidney disease is 100% preventable. Kidney failure are equally 100% preventable. So why then do millions of people continue to suffer badly from uncontrolled high blood pressure and die needlessly, leaving behind their loved ones to wallow in everlasting pain and grief? Do you have a plan to escape this ongoing hypertension pandemic? I will tell you what a perfect plan looks like so you can copy it immediately. Now, but first, who am I and why should you listen to me? See her here. See her here. My name is Fam Shibu Aman Ilechuku. I am the founder of Hypertension Africa with over 10 years of clinical experience and the creator of the High BP Reversal Method, TM, that has helped thousands of men and women suffering from uncontrolled high blood pressure to be able to achieve and maintain normal numbers every single day with zero medicines and no more adverse effects. A couple of months ago, in May 2021, that is some year back, our work with many hypertensive patients in Africa during the pandemic, preventing them from unnecessary hospital visits and emergencies, was featured in the World Virtual Congress organized by Hypertension Canada, among many other international outstanding recognitions. You can see it here. This is the visual conference. The visual conference. Can you see me in the picture? See her there. See her in the picture. That red one. So if you have tried everything to lower your BP and nothing worked, and you are worried that you are going to live on drugs for the rest of your life and continue to manage all the discomforts you are feeling in your body right now, don't worry. I have an amazing plan that you can use to become free from high blood pressure without adverse effect. But tell me, what exactly have you tried? I will share 5 of some of the most common I have seen and tell you why they fail you. Number 1, drug only. Now, I am not about to say your drugs are bad and that you should throw them away. Only the prescribing doctor will be able to tell you which drug to discontinue. But if you have been taking your prescribed medicines long enough, you did have noticed that even the best and most active drugs can only work for a maximum of 24 hours. And by tomorrow morning, you have to swallow yet another one for continued protection. Oh God. Yes or no? You can tell it. Oh, and let's not even go to the side effect of poor libido, cough, headache, tiredness, palpitation that many of these drugs cause you to endure every day as part of the package. Have you been gymming and working out real hard? This particular one pains me so much because it can fast become a waste of exercise if you are losing so much weight and yet your BP remains so high. Don't get me wrong, losing weight if you are overweight or obese is very good, but failing to target all your other triggers will not make you control your BP naturally without drugs and a waste of gym membership subscription. Have you been watching what you eat? Well, I hate to be the one to break the news to you, but simply watching what you eat when you already are suffering from high BP and complications simply won't cut it. That's what every human being with normal BP should be doing anyway, watching what they eat. If you doubt me, then why has your BP not normalized since all these years of watching what you eat? It is simply because what you need instead is eat to lower your blood pressure. That is simple. Specifically, eat to lower your blood pressure. Can you at least see there is a huge difference in the name even if you still can't understand how they offer, how they differ? But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Supplements only. I once had this woman that told me she had bought every multi-level marketing company supplement she could lay her hands on. By the way, many of these guys have some of the best and active natural supplements around. However, after spending well over 250,000 on products, the moment she stops taking this product, her blood pressure shoots back up. 250,000 and counting. My question to you, if you are compulsorily going to live on supplements for the rest of your life, what's the difference between this and your drugs? Plus, most are even many times a costlier alternative, isn't it? Now look at this, herbal remedies. Herbal remedies. This is the big one. There's a very huge, there's a very huge industry that they have um that have you okay they have opened on many people's head, Have you used it too? At the end, what happened? You are still here on this page. Okay? Now, I have a master degree in pharmacognosy, and I spent time studying many medicinal plants and their properties. So I will tell you this for free. Exactly why even this legit looking method fails too. When they sell you smelly roots, herbal concoctions, or even hypertension teas and tell you to take it for 7 to 30 days as a cure for high BP, they have lied to you based on one assumption. They assume hypertension is same as malaria or itching or toilet infection. In fact, let me ask you, why did you stop taking the roots? Natural remedies only work for acute infections like boils, rashes, cough, or catarrh, whereas a chronic disease like high BP can only respond to an long-term or chronic approach. Let me paint this picture for you. Let's say that you are facing a lot of office related stress, sleep problems, high cholesterol, and you are obese, and someone sells you a hypertension tea. Can that tea tackle all these factors that you and I know are contributing to your high BP? This is exactly why you will keep wasting money on them, and yet they cannot work for you and not for anyone else. At least, not for the long term at best. They can give relief and make you feel a bit lighter. They can even make you purge and urinate often, but never 3 year long relief. I can imagine you are probably thinking, wow, wow, wow. Now, so what then is the way out? I know this is on your mind now. What then is the way out? If all these things I thought would work cannot save me, what then is the way to successfully normalize my blood pressure? If you have said, okay, tell me, I'm all in. I am ready to crush this deadly monster. How do I start? What can I avoid? That may be your question. Then guess what? You already have the answer because the answer lies in you. You are the only one that can say bye-bye to high BP forever. Now, to become free, you must do two things. Stop your high blood pressure from getting worse. This is what that young man I told you about should have done. That first, okay? That's what you have done. Then two, pressure. Get your body to self-heal itself back to that time when you never had any high BP. That's exactly what Madam Ioma did to start getting teenager like BP reading even at 52 years of age. Now, there is just one problem. There are literally hundreds of different claims around reversing high BP. Many of them may actually increase stress. This is why you need a clear-cut strategy for reversing high BP. I tried, tested, and proven strategies that have worked across different countries, races, ages too. Alright? And look at this. This is the high BP reversal method that will make you free from high blood pressure if you use it starting today. If you miss any point, you have an imperfect body. But the worst part is, maybe you have also been believing this mind that you cannot reverse high BP and that once you start taking drugs, you have to live on the drugs for the rest of your life, and you have already resigned to fate. The hard truth is, only those who open up their minds to possibilities and embrace true freedom end up laughing last, like you have seen on this. Okay, I see testimonials. See testimonials. See testimonials. Yes, please continue with me. Continue, because I'm going to give you a website which you are going to enter to access this training, to access this information that will change, will transform you. So please, what we are going to do now, without wasting of our time, you will need to continue. I need to stop here. So go to the, these are just testimonies. Go to the description of this video. The first website, that is the first link you are seeing, that will say get access here. Click on it. You are going to come to this page, and you are going to continue and save yourself from this troubleness of high blood pressure, BP, from this worrisome, devilish high blood pressure. Go there, click on it. Please, before you leave, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, click on the bell notification so that anytime I release a video, you'll be notified. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. See you.